Okay. Hi, Joanne. Okay, so sorry that I couldn't go on YouTube. For some reason, Google Hangouts only gets to like 99% and doesn't go any further. If anyone knows how to fix that, I would be very grateful. Because I can't do my broadcast without it. And it seems to happen a lot on this computer, and I did everything. I like disabled like add-ons and everything, but wouldn't work. Yeah, so I'll put it on YouTube, but I'll have to do it here for now. It's the best I can do. So I'm not going to be here next week because I'm going to be away, and sounds a bit echoey because I'm leaving this flat tomorrow. So I feel like a squatter living in a... I've got a mattress and a suitcase and a computer. Hi, Dan. Yeah, so let's think. So I have a meeting here in Brighton on the 25th of March. I have to do two things at once here. On the 25th of March, and I have a meeting in May in Manchester. So if you want to know about any of those things, you can go into my website, which is lisalennonnonduality.com. And I also do one-to-one Skype calls. You can contact me there about that as well. And I also take donations for... I do these talks for free, so any donations are greatly received. And my book is nearly ready. It's all ready. I just have to get someone to check that I've laid it out properly so I don't upload it and find a mistake later. But apart from that, it's all done. I've got a nice foreword, got two nice forewords, I've got a review. Yeah, ready to go on that. So yeah, if you want to ask questions, you can ask questions in the Facebook chat on the live stream. And I don't know how long I'm going to be here because I'm really tired. I've been packing and getting everything ready for Spain, so I'm a bit tired today, but I wanted to do this anyway. Yeah, so non-duality. What is non-duality? Hi Janet. Oh, did you? Oh well. I might come down again. We'll see. Except for this time I'll have to come from Spain. Bit of a trip, but it might be, you know, if there's enough people, it might be worth it. Make my money back at least. So, the simplest thing. What seems to be happening is that we're looking for something, when something is just an appearance. I have a spare room. Oh, thanks. When this something is imagined, it's always something that's outside of what is. Imaginary something. This sense of self, which is just like a false reality. not a false reality, but it's like an apparent reality that is looked from a seeming sense of self. And because it sees everything separately, it thinks that freedom or freedom from the self or whatever it thinks is something that is apart from it. A thing that will appear and it will understand and that it will get. It looks for an apparent something. It thinks freedom is something that can be understood or got. But what's really happening is just what's happening. And what's happening can't be found because it's already the case. It's so simple in that way. It's already found. It's already free. Hi, Steve. Hey, Steve, remind me what day I'm coming to Manchester. I mentioned the Manchester talk earlier and I completely forgot the date. I think it's like... No, I'm not even going to say. I don't want to get wrong impression of the date because I've forgotten. This sense of self it's just a sense, but it's a real sense to it. It really feels real. May the 7th, thanks. Feels real. It feels real for that sense of me. It feels real. And in a way, what is happening is life appearing as a sense of self, but it's still life. It's still life being a sense of self. So in a way, it doesn't matter if there's a sense of self there or not, because it's still the one life. It's still the same life. Appearing as me. It's still the same life appearing as me, looking for life, looking for this, looking... It's funny because the sense of self in non-duality, especially because lots of non-duality speakers say, well, it's just this. It's just this. So the sense of self looks for this. It looks for what is. So what is this? What is it? Well, it's literally what is. It's literally sitting in front of a computer, speaking or hearing. It's literally just sounds appearing, light appearing. And that sounds so boring to the sense of self, but really it's miraculous that this should even appear, that this is just this, it's just here, this. And even the grasping for it is the appearance of life, appearing as grasping for it. What the sense of separation does, it wants to look to rejoin this oneness. It doesn't want to feel separate anymore. Wants to feel whole. But that's the mechanism of the me, is to feel separate. It's a mechanism of itself to feel separate. And in that mechanism of feel separate, it can't do anything but have this drive towards not feeling separate anymore. So it seeks in spirituality and in things. It's always looking in something, because it can only see something. It feels like a thing, so it looks in other things, thinking it will find it in things like words. It will find it in words. It will find the right words. It'll say, oh, they didn't use the right words, so that can't be it. It is everything. It's all the words. It's all the things. The seeking is it. The not seeking is it. The sense of self is just another it's just another thing. It's another colour on the palette of life. And it won't derive anything from non-duality. It won't derive anything from anything. It actually has absolutely no power or, or control over anything. And when it hears this message, it can sometimes feel very afraid, because this message means the death of it. It can't survive. The sense of self can't survive in what is, in its entirety. It can't do it. It's the death of it. It's the end of it. There's nothing to get. There's nothing here that gets anything. There's nothing here that has anything, that's going anywhere. This, what is not going anywhere. This is the ultimate of everything. This is all there is. This is all there is. Hey Lee, yeah! I don't know if anyone's techie here. I'm having problems with Google Hangouts. I've tried it on Safari, Mozilla, Google. Just get stuck at 99%. It's just really annoying. Tried restarting my computer. Seems to work better on my other computer, on my rubbish computer. This is my expensive computer. But my rubbish computer is on a van on the way to Spain, so well, someone will help me. Oh, really? Do you do broadcasts, Janet? It's just, it's kind of rubbish. Don't quite know what to do about that. I don't really qualify for the YouTube account thing. Anyway, so if you have questions, please just put them in the chat. Either, both things. And that would be really good. Yeah, I'm not giving a big introduction tonight because I'm really tired. And packing and cleaning and moving and all the other things you have to do. I didn't realise moving country was such an effort. Yeah, I googled it earlier about the problem, and it seems that I'm not alone on it. It seems to be a common problem with Google Live. It seems to get stuck at 99% sometimes. Oh, thanks, Janet. So what's happening is these words are not coming from anybody. There isn't anybody actually hearing these words. It feels like I'm hearing the words, but what is that? What is that? What is it? It feels like a sense of me, but it's like a virtual reality. It's like a virtual reality me. Really believes it. It's like it's got, put the virtual reality helmet on a long time ago, and now it feels like that is actually who I am now. That's who I am. I am me. This is my life, and this is my body, and I live in my body. I live in my body, and this is my life, and I need to make it better, or I need to make myself better. And to be free has all these stories. To be free, I have to reduce my thoughts, I have to be stiller, I have to dissolve my emotions, I have to do all these things. When it's never that sense of self that becomes free. Nobody becomes free. It's freedom from that sense of self, but it's not freedom for anyone. There's nobody that gets anything. There's no relief. There's no final relief in it. Steve, what makes this feel like a someone going somewhere surrounded by other me's? So strange. Well, because it feels like a reality. The human has a sense of what's the word I'm looking for? Not recognition, that's not the word. A registering of things. I register. There's a registering that this is a computer. There is a registering that there is speaking. And what seems to happen, and I don't really know, I don't know. It's what it seems like here. Then that registering feels like it's somebody. It's somebody. Somebody's registering. But that registering can happen without it feeling like it's somebody. Registering just happens. Registering that there's a body here, and there's a room, and there's a computer, and there's all the things that go on, and there are plans in the head. There's a calendar of things that apparently are going to happen. And that's a registering of that, but that doesn't need a sense of self to happen. What happens is a registering that then thinks it's somebody registering. I'm registering. Those things are going to happen to me or not happen to me. And, or I'm scared if they don't happen, or I'm scared if they do happen. What makes this life feel like a someone going somewhere? Well, nothing makes it happen. It's just what seems to happen. It's just what seems to happen. It's just what seems to be happening. It's not even that it has happened or it's going to happen. It just seems to be happening. That's the appearance. I wonder if somebody has put a message on YouTube, because I posted a message saying that I'm not there. No, maybe I should cancel it. Nah, I won't bother. Do it later. I'll leave it on so people know that I'm here. But I know that quite a few people aren't on Facebook, but what can you do? And there's nothing here. There's nothing anywhere in anything that is going to bring a sense of self to the end of itself. because it's that sense of self that thinks that it can do it, that it has a sense of free will to be able to do it. So if I meditate, or if I sit at the feet of some guy, hey Raphael, so if I sit at the feet of some guy and if I surrender, then I'll be free. It's just another doing. You might as well play chess or go shopping. Surrender, shopping, chess. It's all the same thing. It's all the same. It's all the one thing appearing as many, apparently. Steve, nothing needs to happen for this just to be this. Well, no. No. Because it is happening. It's seemingly happening. Well, it is happening. It is just happening. But you can't get hold of that because it's constantly changing. It's constantly changing its appearance, its light, its temperature, its colour, its sound. It's ungraspable. It's in total boundless freefall. Any grasping of it, any ideas of it are just ideas appearing, which is it too, which is just what's happening. It's utter freedom, but it's not for me. The freedom is not for me. Nobody is enlightened. There are no enlightened ones. If someone says they're enlightened, run, leg it. Steve, you talked about pure awareness in a blog this week, in the week. Can you expand on that? In what way? In what way? I can't really just pluck that out of the air. Give me something to respond to. Pure awareness. The practice of staying in pure awareness. Okay. Having been with teachers that have tried to teach me what pure awareness is, and having never found that, except for as a concept or except as another appearance. Oh, how it's worshipping the me. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's a good one. This is the one that pushes people's buttons. So having had a teacher that's tried to teach me pure awareness, and that is the ultimate truth, where there is no ultimate truth. No ultimate truth. Isn't that great? No ultimate truth. Such freedom. So, how I saw this teaching of pure awareness is that it's still a sense of self without any qualities, without any thoughts or feelings or concepts or ideas or beliefs. It's a kind of looking, and from that looking you can say that everything's looking. You can say that. But there's actually nothing looking. There isn't anything looking. But that feeling of pure awareness can feel like a pureness, it's like a disassociated me. I like the little thumbs. Like a disassociated me that has no attributes. So it feels like there's a pure awareness, like a pure seeing. And then comes, especially with spiritual teachings and being with masters, then there comes this oh, I bow to the pure awareness that is everything, and the I am that is everything. Seeing here, that is that is how it was seen here. That is the sense of self worshipping the unidentified sense of self. It was like me praying to me, but we weren't calling it me, we were calling it the I am. When the sense of self totally just pops, that bubble, that reality bubble, just, it's seen that there is no I am. I am is just an appearance, a seeming alternative reality appearing in this. Yes, sí, muy bien. So all this bowing to the I am and all this stuff that goes on, in this way. And I talk like this because Lisa was kind of involved in that for a little while. There's a kind of a hope in that, because that sense of disassociated self, which is the me without any attributes, cannot last. If it does, then that's a kind of, then it can last, I guess, but I've never seen that. I've never seen that happen. And personally speaking, I wouldn't like to live in that reality of a disassociated sense of self. Where's the colour in it? It's just kind of devoid of the fun. It seems separate. It's still separation. This disassociated sense of I am is still separation, because it's still I am something. Even if I am everything, I cannot say here that I am everything. It's not like that. It's just there is only what is happening. There is only this. There's nobody in it. It's not looking at itself. Not that I can see. It's not anything that can be touched or explained. It's too free for that. It's so beyond the human brain and its concepts and ideas and wantings. Steve, I think it just amounts to detachment from apparent negative feelings and thoughts. Monk mode. Yeah. Yeah, it's just another me thing. Never lasts. Before you know it, craving something. Higher me, the lower me, it's the same me. It's all the life, it's all life, all of it's all life, it's all the same life. Yeah, monk mode. Years ago, I went to live in a monastery in the Himalayas thinking I might become a monk or nun, female version, but I realised that Lisa liked her lower self too much. She just wanted to... No, I'm not going to say. But anyway, no, it just wasn't going to happen. Nearly happened, but it didn't work out. And I can't imagine that I would have stayed very long. Even if I would have shaved the head and donned the robes, it wouldn't have worked out. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter anyway, you know. It just doesn't matter. This life is so free. It's free to be. It's free. Steve knows that story. It's free to be whatever it is. It's free to be lower self, higher self, no self. It doesn't have any. It doesn't have any morals. It doesn't have any preferences. There isn't an it. There's no it, and this is the most impossible thing to understand, because it can't be understood that there is no it. There is no this and something that is it to get. All self. Yeah. Yeah, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It only matters to the sense of self that there's self. It doesn't matter if there's self or not self. It's all the same thing. And, ironically, what can seem to happen is hearing non-duality, which is not heard by anyone, because there is no one, that whole dream of me can just collapse. Or it can collapse anyway, even without, you know, hearing about non-duality. Anything can happen. The fact that the space between things is amazing. Wow, it's 8 o'clock already. This spiritual seeking thing is a complete scam. In terms of finding the end of separation, yeah. Though I don't think it's that Steve guy sounds kind of cool from Raphael. He is Raphael. The spiritual seeking thing is a complete scam. Yeah, well, it can appear like that. I think some of the spiritual teachers really believe what they're teaching. And, or maybe not. I don't know. It doesn't work because nothing works to get anyone to this, because you can't get to this, and that one can't get to it because that is this appearing as someone, basically. So spiritual seeking is just spiritual seeking, looking for some sort of mystical experience. I mean, it can't be just this, surely. I mean, sitting in an empty room with just a mattress and a suitcase and tired and surely it can't just be this. This is too boring. I mean, where's the mystical experience? Where's the absorbing into God? Where's all the answers? Surely when I find the answer in spiritual seeking, then all the answers will come to me. I will know everything. And then I can be a guru. I can feel at last complete and special. And ironically, it's the end of all of that. It's the end of any answers. It's the end of feeling like anyone, feeling anything. Not as in feelings and emotions, but feeling like you are someone with any kind of status or lack of status. Some of these spiritual teachers make it sound as if it's something holy or something else, but it's better than that. It's better than that, because that's just an experience. These spiritual experiences are just an experience. It's just like having an acid trip, or it's just an experience. It doesn't mean anything. It's better than that. Spiritual self says this feeling is unspiritual. Yeah, this thought is not spiritual. So many times people say that's not very Buddhist or that's not very Christian. Yeah. It's just the play of judgment. It's just judgment. Judgment appears. Sense of self seems to appear in humans and judges other humans, usually hypocritically. Yeah. This is life's life. This life doesn't belong to anyone. This is life's life. This is life giving birth to everything and taking everything. There's no morals, there's no judgment in it. Everything can be as it is. This is the freedom for that everything is as it is, not even for that. The freedom is that everything is as it is. Janet. Are feelings and emotions still experienced? I guess they are, but there is difference. Yeah, feelings can still happen. Like if someone is really mean, there might be a no, that's not very nice. There could be a sadness. Like last night I watched this beautiful film called Untouchable, French film. It was so beautiful. Oh, it made me cry. But it's not like it's for, there's nobody to get hold of that feeling and make it into its own feelings. The feelings don't belong to anybody. That's the difference. The thoughts don't belong to anybody. There's nobody knows that feelings and thoughts are even really happening. They're just happening. It's like everything else, the freedom. So no one is at the mercy of them. No, that's right. Yeah, that's right. No one's at the mercy of them. They're not for anybody. Feelings that arise in this body, in this walking bag of meat are no more significant than a car going past outside. It's as much for anybody as the car going past outside. It's just what seems to happen. Some feelings can be very strong, like, you know, like grief if somebody dies. But there's nothing there that makes them into a story for itself. The feelings can just, they either come or they go. It just doesn't really matter. Same as thoughts, you know, there's just thoughts seem to appear. I couldn't even say what they are. Ultimate non-attachment. Yeah, but no. Not really. Because non-attachment means that somebody would be not attached. It's not. It's better than that. It's that there is nobody to be unattached. It's not like yeah. It's not like somebody's unattached. It's not like a distance. It's way more profound and more beautiful that there is nobody to have distance. This is not about a distancing from life. Yeah, this is not a distancing from life. This is a full-on experience for nobody. Everything can be as it is. All the lowest thoughts, all the highest thoughts, because they're just exactly the same. All the great dreams, all the nightmares, you know, when you're asleep. It's no different which one happens. All the laughter, all the crying. All the same, all the same. Just different flavours, but the same taste. Different colours, same painting. Beautiful, really. Astounding. Yeah. Same song, different notes. Yeah. It's all the one song, isn't it? It's all the one song called life. Playing its different songs, its different tunes, its different sounds, all appearing, all the sound just appearing out of nothing. You know how sound appears out of appears out of silence. Well, that's this life. It just appears out of silence, out of nothing. And yet is the silence and the nothing, and yet is full on appearance. This life isn't happening for anybody. The trees are not growing for anybody. The stars are not shining for anybody. The stars are just shining. When the eyes see the stars, it's just the eyes seeing the stars. There's no one looking at the stars. And yet the appearance of a me thinking is looking at the stars is just as miraculous. It's so surprising that this message, which is the most simple message, because it just points to what is happening, is so not spiritual. Because it is the natural reality. Why does it have to be spiritual? Why does the natural reality have to be spiritual? Nothing wrong with spirituality, gives the sense of self highs and lows, the reaching for God and all that stuff going on. That this character has been through the whole thing. But doesn't result in anything. It's just a happening. What is spoken of here is like so beyond that. It includes all of that. Though there's nothing here now that reaches for God or anything like that. It's so much freer than that. It's so much more beautiful. It's just so miraculous. This appearance is so miraculous. And sometimes people say to me like, well, what about all the wars? All the bad things that happen. But it's also, what also happens is all the humans that fight against the wars and hate the wars and feel sad and all of that. The whole song sings all the apparent bad and the apparent good. It's all life singing that song without any reason or purpose or direction. There's no outcome. The story's not going to end in some sort of utopia. Well, it might. But it hasn't so far, seemingly. It's so colourful. This appearance is so colourful. Saints and criminals, healers and killers, the earth giving its bounty, the earth striking people with lightning. How amazing. Okay, so I've got 10 minutes left. If anybody has any questions before I go. Such a beautiful message, this. It's like singing. Donald Trump, another note in the song. Yeah, really weird one. Yeah. Feels lovely and light. Yeah, it really does. It's just so beautiful. Because also this can appear as a human listening and speaking to it and having thoughts about it, feeling light and lovely. It's just so profoundly free. So profoundly free. It really is just a love affair for nobody, was just having a look at you, Janet. See, you're friends with Paul. Actually, when I was talking about the lightning there, I thought of Paul, because Paul apparently has been struck by lightning 3 times. I think there's something, some sort of saying about that. Paul's wonderful. If you haven't anyone not been to see Paul, I recommend it, because he's just so lovely, so lovely. Miss going today and tomorrow. He's in Totnes. Oh, you're going to see him tomorrow? If you do, please give him my love. And Suki. Raphael, a love affair. A love affair for not the body. Sounds exciting. It's just everything. And yet completely ordinary, because it's ordinary in the ways, you know, it's not all these like this idea of nirvana, or, you know, the Christian heaven of angels, or the Islamic heaven of Huri paradise, I think they say, where women aren't included. It seems ordinary in comparison to these concepts of heaven and nirvana, because it's just the ordinary appearance of things, and, you know, and trash on the floor, and drunks on the street, and, well, where I live, drunks on the street, and rubbish on the floor, and the cleaning of the bathroom, and the day-to-day things. But when there's no seeking, it just is everything, all those things. Simple, timeless, no end to it, no beginning to it, no death, no need for an outcome or an end. It's free of endings. The opposite of what the me thinks. The me thinks it's an end. Thank you, Steve. Sense of self thinks it's an end. There's an end, but there isn't. It's the end of ends. The end of endings. The end of beginnings. Okay, well, I'm going to go. If anyone has one last question or anything, please post now. Otherwise, I will bid you adieu. And but I won't be here next weekend, because I'm going to London with my sister to a nerdy convention. Because I am very unspiritual. It's the freedom to be unspiritual. Oh, thank you guys. Lots of hearts and floating thumbs. Love it. I quite like Facebook more than I like YouTube in a way. But I will put this on YouTube. There is a way to do this, and I will do that. And I will see you in 2 weeks' time, hopefully. Oh, thanks, Lee. My fellow nerdy friend. I met Lee in Totnes. He's just as much as a nerd as I am. With his Spock picture. Anyway, I'm not going to ramble on anymore. Thanks very much, and hopefully see you in 2 weeks. Lots of love. Mwah. Bye.